Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. I like coming in from the band side. I think I'm going to try. Yes, that feels fun. I like coming past you guys. Not that I don't like coming from this side here, but I don't get to be that close to you guys that often. Let me just stand over here. Hi, Els. How's everything this morning, everyone? Good, good. Can you do backup hoo-ahs while I talk? And so, wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. Did anybody watch any football? Did anybody eat any turkey?
Yeah.
Ham, lamb, seafood. Seafood was a big thing on the original Thanksgiving. They ate a lot of seafood up in New England, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. Let's see what other stuff. Oh, vegans. Any vegans for Thanksgiving? Any, what do they call that? Your turkey? Tofurkey. Is it good stuff? I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, we had a wonderful time. There were two Thanksgiving services for our interfaith groups. The Simi Valley Interfaith was on Tuesday. The Conejo Valley Interfaith was on Wednesday. It was a lot of fun. It was beautiful, beautiful. Choirs were fantastic. The speakers, Reverend Pastor Andy from up the street at the United Methodist Church, he did this wonderful talk where he says, "How dare you?" He dared everybody to be a giving, loving, grateful soul. It was really sweet, really sweet. And then the topper was our own Emily at the Conejo Valley Interfaith on on Wednesday, and I think we may have Emily to share with you if you didn't get to go. Oh, it's a little TV small, but that's right. Oh, what's happening?
Hi.
What's going on? Whoa, she's been
I
shrunk.
go to the Center of Spiritual Living. I was asked to say my thoughts about return, renew, and rejoice, and here they are. I was happy to return to school to see my friends and my teachers. I'm excited to see and renew my relationships with my grandparents and my cousins that I have not seen in 2 years. I rejoice every day, and I'm grateful for my family and friends. Thank you.
Aww.
Yay. She was so, you know, the only thing that was cooler than seeing Emily was watching John.
Yeah.
He had this huge grin on his face, and then when she came down off of the stage, we all high-fived her. She did a wonderful job, and all the other folks were just pleased to have her there, too. So it was really great to have Center for Spiritual Living celebrated and represented by our own young Emily. So thanks so much for that. And doing the interfaith work and being involved in the community the way that we are, that's part of the way that we bring our vision and our mission statement to life each week, each day of our lives. And hopefully you keep this in your mind throughout the time that you're out in the world so that you can be all these things, the inclusive, loving, authentic, grateful, empowering persons that we get to be, and inspire folks by your outreach all the time. And that's what we say each Sunday. Let's say it right here, right now. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are, that's why we're here, and here's what we do. Allow me.
Good morning again. After we stuffed ourselves in turkey and had to let the belt out on our pants, the gratitude just flows. So let's come together in prayer, like we start everything in the center, with a loving, positive prayer. So take a deep breath. Come into this moment, into the realization of who is truly here. And that's God, represented by all of you. And this is what I know. That there is only one here. There is only one everywhere. And that one is that God spirit, that presence, that essence that fills everyone and everything everywhere. It's hard to grasp sometimes, but it's the truth, and the only truth with a capital T. As we go into this beautiful service, we are open to receive whatever message is meant for us. And we take it into our hearts, and we take it out into our lives and experience it. We are so grateful for everyone in this room, for everyone that's watching, for our wonderful CSL singers, our band, for everyone that is helping today, from the ushers to the camera crew to everybody in the sound booth. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. That's all we need to have in our hearts, to see what's around us with love, with compassion, with understanding, and with the knowledge there is nothing against us. There is only everything for us. I release these words into the law of mind, knowing as they're done, they're said. And together we say, and so it is. Namaste.
How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet spirit?
I'm going to read the affirmation for today, then I'm going to ask you to read it with me. I give as freely as the sun, receive with gratitude, and share with grace. Now, please with me. I give as freely as the sun, receive with gratitude, and share with grace. My reading today is from a daily word. There is a fundamental spiritual quality to gratitude that transcends religious traditions. Gratitude is a universal human experience that can seem to be either a random occurrence of grace or a chosen attitude to create a better experience of life. In many ways, it contains elements of both. Grateful people sense that they are not separated from others or from God. This recognition of unity with all things brings a deep sense of gratefulness, whether we are religious or not. The expression of gratitude takes many forms. Perhaps not simply gratitude can be expressed as a thank you with someone that does something kind. While this automatic response is valuable and may be genuine, there can also be a quality to it that limits its potential full effects on both the person saying it and the one receiving it. We can make a conscious decision to speak out things to be grateful for, making gratitude a regular spiritual practice in our lives. The ability to look first for what is good and working in our lives without minimalizing or denying the hardships or challenges that are also present. Focusing on the benefits and goodness that are all around us leads to feelings of gratitude, and this creates a multiplier effect. The experience of gratitude generates a sense of well-being and a better feeling. The more good we do, gratitude and the actions it stimulates also build and strengthens social bonds and friendships.
Thank you, Maggie. All right, well, let's bring up our sister, Patrica Bahia, the songwriter extraordinaire.
Good morning. Let me just plug my guitar in.
The song will get you in the mood, the season mood, the mood of the season.
So this is a brand new song called Season of Us, and it was just released on all the streaming platforms with my duo project called Seventh and Hope. So if you want to find it, that's the way to do it, is search for that. And I'd love it if you'd sing along. There's a, we have guitar? Can you all hear this? Yeah, okay, great. So there's a sing-along part that goes like this. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us. Let me hear you. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us. Ooh, that sounded so good. Okay, so when we get to that part, it'll be obvious, and please let us hear you, even though I know you all have to wear masks. I can still hear you through your masks, so it's great. Magic in the atmosphere, acts of kindness everywhere. This is my favorite time of year. Ringing bells on busy streets, twinkling lights inviting me to say hello to everyone I meet. Give a smile and lift somebody up. Give together now and share the love. This is the season beside a friendly place where everybody knows my name and all my worries melt away. I fill my cup with happiness and many moments just like this. My favorite gift is our friendship. Give a smile and lift somebody up. Come together now and share the love. This is the season of us. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us. Give a smile and lift somebody up. Lift somebody up. Come together now and share the love. When you give your love away,
Give it away.
every day's a holiday. This is the season of us. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. This is the season of us.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you.
La, la, la.
It's that time. God awareness place, the gap meditation. It's only 3 minutes. If you're a meditator, that will be nothing. It'll be a blink of an eye. If you're not a meditator, it might seem like forever. But it's not. And it may encourage you to just sit and relax for a minute. Close your eyes and just take a breath. You do that, and that's a small meditation. So let's know right here and right now, it's only 3 minutes. Go into that beautiful place in your heart and just breathe.
see me if you can. Everywhere I am.
And as we come back into this awareness of the center, now that you can take this with you again, all you have to do is take a breath. That's a meditation, a small one. And do it every day, just for a minute, and you'll feel the difference. I guarantee it. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. Come on, Patricia, back up. Thank you.
Every ray of sun that falls upon my skin, for every midnight sky I find my solace in. I am grateful even for the storms raging through the night, drenching me in rain. As I'm reaching for the light, I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Oh, I am grateful. So grateful. Sometimes the days are bright and the blessings overflow. But even on the days when it seems that all the doors are closed, I am grateful. I don't have all the answers. It's faith I hold on to, and I listen to the voice inside and know I'll make it through. I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Spirits with me every minute, every second, even in my darkest day. As long as I have life within me, I will lift my voice to say I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Oh, I am grateful. So grateful. Ooh, so grateful.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much.
Wow. That was beautiful. I love that song. Wow. You know, I was sitting there, and Maggie's talking about if you're a meditator, 3 minutes just goes by like that. I meditate, so I was sitting there when she said, when you started playing, I was like, are we done already with that? Then I went into another meditative trance on Grateful, and I'm thinking, could she sing another song maybe? And I could just sit here and listen some more, because that was wonderful. Yeah. And I like how it worked with this theme of going in circles, because you talked about the trials, the tribulations, but grateful for that too, because it's all going in circles. And I was listening to, you know, when I was a kid, I would take the speakers in the living room and put them on either side of my head and lay on the floor, and I would play this song. And I'd just lay back. Oh, it felt so good, because my heart was broken, and I'd be like singing along with the Friends of Distinction. Here we go. Let's see how's it go. I'm a never-spent rolling wheel without a destination real. I'm a never-spinning top, whirling around till I drop. Oh, but what am I to do? My life is in a whirlpool. Give me a little hope. One small thing to cling to. You got me going in circles. You got me going in circles. And I would listen to that song until my mother would come in. Do you have another song you could play? I go, no, I don't. I just got to hear that song again. So when I was researching this talk idea about how life just rolls along, of course I had to go to that song. But the circles, what's really interesting about circles, and look all around, everywhere, you know, there's circles, of course, and here, circle here, circle there. Circle was like the original thing. Our mother's face, the eyes, the window to the soul. The circle is that original pattern. It's so easy for us to see. And then, of course, the wheel, it takes us where we need to go. So it's such an important, it's such a small thing, but it's such a big thing. And because it's the first thing we see, we're really preoccupied with circles, with searching for what they call the perfect circle. But is there anything that's really perfect? You know, we think about perfect. You say, what is it in Matthew? Be like your Father who is in heaven is perfect. But that idea of perfect that we talk about in the spiritual world, we talk about it too in the science of mind, whole, perfect, and complete. We think of perfect sometimes as without flaw. You know, but that's a tall order to go without flaw. We need to examine that a little bit closely. And the biblical scholars have examined that idea of be as the Father in heaven who is perfect. They've looked at that, and one guy, Joseph Smith, has actually said, some biblical scholars tell us that perfect does not actually mean what we think it means, but means complete or whole or some similar notion. So when we think about perfection, we think about that circle that is perfect, it's really that the circle is whole, and that everything that is within that circle is whole. It's all complete. It's like the analogy I make up for you guys about the IKEA bookshelf, right? All of the parts are in the box, hopefully, usually. All the parts are in the box. You put the box together. You put the bookshelf together. The books are on the shelf. Everything is fine, but there's one screw in your hand. You know, that's the kind of perfection we're talking about. And we are that kind of whole, perfect being. We have we're walking around, we're carrying our books, we got our wisdom, we're doing our thing, but somewhere there's a screw loose. Right? So we got to figure out, how do we move through that? Well, what we do is we take a breath. We take a breath and we realize, you know what? I can be perfect even with my mistakes. I can't be perfect even with my trials and tribulations because I'm existing within this whole. I'm existing within this completion. I'm existing within this infinite thing that actually is. So I'm completely wholly capable at all times to be gracious and generous with the world, with myself. And in so doing, I can step out into those spaces where it looks like there's a break in my circle, a break in my wholeness, an incompleteness in my completeness. It really does show up, you know. And it's there for us. Life is always giving to us, always giving to us. Hafiz talks about that in that wonderful poem where he says, even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. That's where we get to be in our imperfections, within our circleness, within our wholeness. We get to light up the whole sky when we live our fullness and recognize that, yes, I got some mistakes coming up here, there, now and then. I got some trials and tribulations. Yeah, I'm in a whirlpool of sadness, but that's okay because I live in this complete wholeness that allows me to access a piece of wisdom that can push me to a new understanding of the joy of life that's waiting for me, that's waiting to unfold when I just allow myself to step into that. Now, this thing about this Hafiz poem, as I was looking at that, the sun never says to earth, you owe me. Yeah, the sun is like this loving, giving, ever-giving principle. It doesn't care. It does the good, the bad, it's okay. But sometimes in our world, it feels like people think they're owed. We live in a world where everybody seems to feel they're owed. And I think that part of that, what's showing up for me, when I look at the stuff, the supply chain, if I hear one more piece of news about the dang supply chain, so I've been thinking about what is going on here. It's this line. You owe me. People are thinking that they're owed. Everybody's owed a little something, you know, and it's the people that, and don't think it's not just the people that are thinking I don't have enough that feel like they're owed. It's the people that got way too much that think that they're owed too. They're owed a little bit more. I don't know. This thing is on me because I think that this time of year about gratitude and giving really shows up for me when I think about how challenged it is for people who have a lot to give and for people who have a little who keep giving all the time, and then those that are in between that are kind of like, I don't know, here's $1. I mean, it's just such an interesting going on here, and I think that the universe, our time, space, earth place, is kind of trying to get our attention with these things like the COVID stuff that's going on, with the disappointment that's happening out in our politicians and the diversity that's happening, what's going on in the courts, what's going on with the supply chain. Everywhere we look, there seems to be some evidence that somewhere a screw is loose. Somewhere we're not catching on to the idea that this is a perfect, whole, complete universe we're living in that's filled with love and opportunity. Can we get there? Where is the grace, the generosity, and the gratitude? I mean, think about right here, right now. Think about where we are and what we're doing and how much support life is giving us all the time. All the time. I mean, right here, I mean, think of how is this happening? For example, somewhere somebody is monitoring the electric station so there can be power in this room. Can you think of something? Tell me, shout it out. What do you think that you're grateful for? Who's supporting what we're doing right here, right now? Can anybody help me out with this? What do you think? Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good. But as I look out there, I'm thinking about these chairs and how they got lined up. So that was Ron who lined up the chairs, you know. I'm thinking about these slides and how they got on the screen. Well, that was Dee, but we couldn't have the slides on the screen if Lane hadn't put them on the drive to put them on the screen. Oh, that means somebody had to make the flash drive. Whoever created that was brilliant. Now here's a new one that got me. Apple has come up with another cord. Another cable. Who is in charge of cables at Apple? We need to give them another job because they're too good at creating cables. But if you think about it, if you think about your life right now, where you're sitting, the mask you're wearing, the glasses that you have on, the clothes that you have on, the car that got you here, the gas was in the car, the wheels were in the car, the people that made the tires, the people that milled the rubber to get the tires made, the plastics that were taken out of the ground from the oil and translated into plastic, the tofu that made the turkey. Everywhere we look, we are being supported by people who just give. You know, so this idea of being owed, we owe gratitude and thanks for the lives that we get to live. Dr. Holmes says that we should give to the very last farthing. I love that he used that word, farthing. Do you know, giving to your last farthing, that means you're giving a lot. Do you know what a farthing is? It's 1/4 of a penny. 1/4 of a penny. Does anybody even keep pennies anymore? I mean, what do you do with pennies? They stack up, you know. You give away in bunches. They gave up the farthing, by the way. It's a British thing. Oh, I need a clock. Tangent, 30 seconds. It was a piece of coin in Britain, and in 1961 they finally said, you know what, I don't think anybody is using quarter pennies anymore, so we're going to get rid of the quarter penny. So the farthing is gone. It's only here in the Science Mind textbook and on Sunday morning right here at CSL Simi Valley. But if we could be so grateful and so giving and so loving and so gracious that we could give up our last quarter of a penny, that's awesome. That's a level of graciousness. That's a level of gratitude that is a pure act of trust. Gratefulness truly is an act of trust. When you're saying you're grateful, you are saying you are trusting. And when you are trusting, you're saying that you are giving it over to the Spirit with totally relying on Spirit all the way. The reliance on Spirit, totally. That's trusting. Yes, that's it. The reliance upon Spirit, totally. Trusting. Last week I asked you to do a praise exercise. Did anybody do their praise work exercise last week? Anybody write any gratitude list during the week? Yeah. It's really a lovely practice. It lifts your heart and it puts you in a space. It puts you in a space of presence with everything in your life. Let's try some right now. I'm not going to call anybody out, although I feel like it, but I won't call any names. But let's do 10 things we're grateful for. Who's number one? Who's got something? Life, okay. Grandson. Family. Bananas, I love it, yes. Music. Good health. Love. Friends. Dogs, cats. See how easy that was? There's 10 right there. I mean, we could keep going. You know? I mean, and here's the thing about the gratitude. Doing the gratitude list. Not only those 10 things you're grateful for, but then it's to praise them. It's to love those things. Love the cats. Love the friendship. Love the love. Love the music. Love it. So much so that you put 2 speakers on the floor and you play a song until your mother tells you to stop playing it. Love it. And when you do that, everything becomes an exercise in gratitude. And then you are living in trust all the time. See, I do gratitude list every single day, so much so that I'm grateful for Lysol washes. I'm grateful for hand wash. I'm grateful for socks. I'm grateful for shoes. I'm grateful for the tape that's on the floor. I'm grateful for the screens. Everything that I see, I can be grateful for because I'm tuned in to living in gratitude. That's what happens when you start doing those gratitude lists, and it lifts you up. It makes you grateful for even this week. I saw something that most of us don't like to see. I saw a terrible car accident. And I was suddenly grateful for 30 years in broadcasting. It made me know exactly what to do in that emergency situation and how to keep other people from doing harm to the people that already had harm done to them by the accident. I was grateful for those opportunities. And then I went through a whole day of thinking about all the other times I'd done that kind of stuff. But it's just, it shifted everything for that moment. I wasn't angry at how it happened. I wasn't mad at the driver who ran the red light. I wasn't upset about the people who weren't wearing seatbelts. I was grateful for the firefighters that showed up in a lickety-split that saved lives in that very moment. And I think that I was grateful for the opportunity to pray in that moment and to know the truth of healing happening right then and there. And before I could even finish my prayer, the ambulances were there. Living in gratitude keeps you out of negitude. I just made up a new word, which I do not like. But you know what I'm saying? And this is the time, this is what this time of year, this is what some call the Bermuda Triangle, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's, where this is the time of year where we get to double down on that stuff to take us through the other 9 months of the year. Because stuff's gonna happen, it's just life. But this stuff, the science of mind, this stuff really works. And it double down when you power it with gratitude. And we live in that we live in this space where we can trust in this thing called the law of circulation. That's also back to the circle idea. This small little thing. St. Augustine says that that God is that center that is everywhere and that circumference that is nowhere. That's another circle idea. Think of a circle that has no boundaries. That's the one we live within. That's the infinity that we live within. Emerson says that everything travels in circles. Time, day, night, seasons, life. Everything must pass on, but everything also must be reborn again. And there's this deep relationship between holding on to things and giving things. And we must give away so that things can be received. And here's a neat little thing about receiving. Because giving and receiving, still talking circles, right? You're with me on circles? Okay. Receiving, etymology of receiving is a word called capiere, a Latin word, and it means to take back. When you receive something, you're getting something back. To take back, receive means to take back. That means that you already had the good. We're practicing recycling all the time. When you receive it, you're getting back something you already had. And why did you already have it? Because it has already existed in the universe. It's already there and present. This ties into what we do with treatment. When we treat to receive something in our lives, we're treating to receive something that is already existing. We are taking back our good that is already given us by the self-givingness of the divine. Are you following that? Isn't that a beautiful concept? I went to the etymology thing. I went, to take back, to give, oh, I already had it. That's perfect. That's perfect. And receiving, then, is somewhat governed by giving. They're all in the same power space, and they're essential to our satisfaction. There's a higher level of life satisfaction when we can give and when we can receive. It makes life more complete. Ernest Holmes, in the lovely little small reader called the Practical Wisdom, says that life is an eternal livingness, the offering of the cosmic self to the joy of its own fulfillment. You and I are part of this joy, and we find fulfillment only as this joy passes through us to others. So the cosmic self, which is the center of our being, which is the very core, it's that center of the circumference, right? That cosmic self gets excited at its own fulfillment of this giving process. It gets excited at giving to you, and that excitement is incomplete unless we pass that on to others. That's part of our journey and part of our joy. We cannot stop the flow. The gift of joy is enhanced while we move that flow through us. It's impossible to let that flow go on unless we let it pass through. But once we let it pass through, the joy is guaranteed. It's going to come as part of the process. So here we are, whole, perfect, and complete. Remembering that the supply chain is not really broken, that everything is in circulation, and that we are at the receiving back. We're getting back our good always, always, always. It's already ours, you see. In that same wonderful little booklet. It's a really thin one. I think we'll do that for this month's Skinny Series books when it comes up in December. He says, there is no place, this is Holmes, Yeah. There is no place, we have another one? There he is. There is no place for isolation in the truth that you and I believe in, for we are inseparable from the whole. No place for isolation in the truth you and I believe in. What is that truth? There's one life. That life is God, that life is my life, your life, right here and now. We cannot be separated from that truth. We're impossible for us to be pulled away from the whole. So our job is to make that proposition complete, to always give of ourselves and to know that today, right now, is the time to give, and we cannot give up our good. We have plenty of it. You know, the thing, they talked about the manna from heaven when the Israelites were struggling, and oh, by the way, Happy Hanukkah, which starts tonight. Yeah. Is that Tana Shavah? What's the greeting you give for Hanukkah? Shana Tova. Yeah. This man, looking at you like you know. I don't know. So but where I was going with that, come back, Steve, come back. Here you go. Land. The story I was going to is when they were in the desert and they were struggling, and God gave them manna from heaven, food to eat. They had to eat it all in that day. If you put any manna in your pocket, it was moldy the next day. It only lasts for a day. Our good is available to us each and every day. It's to tell us that story is to help tell us that what you give up, you cannot lose, because there's plenty more for you tomorrow, because tomorrow is another today, and there will be manna from heaven in each and every day. Don't be afraid to give up, you know. They talk about the bird in the hand is what is it? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Well, I tell you what, a seed in your hand is worth no bush at all. If you have a seed idea, if you have an idea that you want to do, you must plant that idea. If you don't plant that idea, nothing will happen from it. That goes with giving. If you're thinking about giving, it's not enough. You must take the act and trust and make the move. That's where the lasting joy comes from the sharing, storing nothing, letting it all go. Dr. Holmes tells us there is something in every person, which is part of every other person, something in every one we contact which belongs to us, and something in us which belongs to them. When we're called to do something, it's because that is something in us. You know, it's like my friend Carol McDonald, who used to always say, "Thank you for allowing me the experience of feeling love." When you say, "I love you," I can say, "I love you, Brad," and I do. Thank you. And while we understand what that means, I had to feel that sensation in my body before I could express it to Brad. So it's really, thank you, Kathy, for allowing me to feel the experience of love in my body. That thing that's in me also belongs to you. We're constantly recycling, resharing all the time. We're living our life constantly in circles. So why not accept that and truly make that a way of our fulfillment and our joy, to circulate our good? When we don't circulate our good, we see it. We see it reflected in our environment. And surely enough, we see it reflected in our environment, that we have not been circulating our good quite enough. You've heard me talk about this, and I'm going to keep talking about it because we've got time to talk about it, and we also have time to do something about it. And that begins today, right now. Yeah. You know, Ernest Holmes says that the great lesson is to lose the limited self, to lose the isolated self. That's the great master says that too. In order to find your life, you must lose it. You must lose your life in order to find it. It can be a scary proposition. But it's only scary until we do it. Because when you find that sense of satisfaction from losing what you think you weren't able to give up, when you find that sense of satisfaction, you go, why did I wait so long? What was taking all this time? That perfect heavenly Father that we're talking about that we should be like, that perfect heavenly Father that we should be like is merciful and forgiving and loving. It's like the sun. It never says, you owe me. Can we be like that? It's a little challenging. But at the center, we are very much too like that. And we could be like that at the circumference of our lives as well, at the edges of our lives where it feels uncomfortable to step into that space. It's okay, because there's more space on the other side of that discomfort. And there's more joy and there's more satisfaction on top of that. That's where our perfection lies. Our perfection lies in being whole. Our perfection lies in being complete. Our perfection lies in trusting that there is manna enough today that I don't have to worry about tomorrow. Yes, in the physical plane, I'm not saying don't pay your insurance premiums. I'm not saying don't pay your mortgage. I'm saying those heart pulls, those heart tugs that are saying give more, do more. They're happening because that stuff that's in you belongs to them, and that stuff that's in them belongs to you. You know, we have multiplicity. We have a lot of different areas to go from. But this area of heart love, this area of gratitude, this area of giving, this area of being of service, this area of being a bigger part of yourself, that's always available while you're paying your mortgage and while you're paying for your insurance and while you're being careful in your car and putting on your seatbelt. But we got to do the things that we got to do in the life that we're living, and we can do a little bit more. Ernest Holmes in Practical Wisdom says this. It says, it takes real vision to dare to love all, to forgive all, to condemn none, and to see God as all in all. That's tough, but it's doable, and it's fun. It really is. It brings a tremendous sense of joy. And if you're not doing that, then you're just spinning in a whirlpool. But I think it's much better to go in circles of good and love. And so it is. So let's do our affirmation, which says, I give as freely as the sun, receive with gratitude, and share with grace. Yes, we do. Let's share in some prayer time. Put some grace on our lives today. Thank you. All right. So the way we pray, you know, those of you who are visiting or new to Science of Mind, we have a very specific method of prayer. In some ways we are Methodists. We have a method. It is to say, I am one with God. There's only one God. There's only one life. That's the recognition that God is. I am part of that. Then we realize our truth, that thing I was saying that's out there existing, that we get to receive, that we get to take back into our lives. Then we give thanks for it. We're giving thanks not to a God that gives and answers prayers. Now, when we talk about the Thanksgiving part of treatment, I'm not thanking God who's given. Thank you for giving me. No, God can't help it. That's just what the law does. It just gives. What I'm thanking is my consciousness that allows me to recognize this truth. My reality that is enhanced by this truth. This process of prayer that allows me to be one with the divine. I'm thank you for that. And the reliability of the law to always do what it's going to do. For 2 to always be 2 and 2 plus 2 to always equal 4 unless you're going to get an F on your paper. Right? So that's the Thanksgiving part. And then I release it. I let it go because I trust all of that is happening. And I don't need to do anything more but just move my feet into my good. So let's make that happen for whatever experience you may be going through, whatever condition you may want to see change, or whatever condition you want to see continue, or just the good that you want to celebrate and be grateful for. So if you'd like to speak your word into the room, I'm happy to accept it. If not, I'm just going to roll right into the prayer. What do you got? from that wave of energy into that moment of silence, feeling the gap of spirit arriving in that place, that God awareness place. I right now speak this word through my consciousness that understands and knows this law and how it works, on the benefit and the behalf of all those in the room. And so that collectively, since we are unified as spirit, there is more directed power by unified group thought than just by the one thought. And so in this moment, we are amplifying everyone's prayer. And I'm so grateful to be the person who speaks this word of truth for each and every one of us, knowing that we do it collectively. That we collectively now recognize that the power we use and the substance we apply in our lives is a divine substance. That it is a self-giving prophecy that says yes to the intentions set forth. And we align our intentions with right thinking so that they do no harm to others and only advance and enhance the lives of all around us. Better, whatever sentient being, whatever appearing inanimate object, because we know from science that nothing is inanimate. Everything is moving in its circles, in its patterns, in its orbits. So right now we enhance the orbits of all things and all beings to a higher level of vibration that brings harmony, right relationships, the right jobs, the right living situations, the end of discord, the end of health issues, that right here and now we are healing the planet from the atmosphere down to the smallest little grub worm in your garden. We are just right here pulling life into a deep experience of wholeness. Knowing that we have covered it all. Just taking our word out from infinity in the universe right down to the smallest molecular structure and calling it good and very good. I release this prayer with gratitude into a perfect law which knows exactly how to fulfill each and every one of our intentions here and now, and so it is.
And so it is.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, I'm going to invite up one of our adjuncts on the Board of Trustees and service team leaders, Kathy Burt, to talk about, I'll take that. Okay.
Because I'm on the stage, right? That's a rule of when
Yes, I'll leave your basket there.
I haven't been here for like almost 2 years, so I might be a little rusty. I aspire to be as composed and poised as Emily was at the Thanksgiving. She's amazing, isn't she? I want to start out by thanking you all of you, and all of you online, wherever that camera is, I don't know. Thank you, because we would not be here without all of us giving. What a gift we have given each other, right? And I am so happy for technology and grateful because look at all the ways that we have to give. They make it so easy, the big they, that we are all part of. We are all part of this whole. This place would not be complete without each one of you and me. And I've been around this place since like 1999, if you can believe it. Back when I was just a babe. No. My kids that are like pushing 30 almost were babes. And I'm so grateful for learning these principles and for so much, so many life happenings, jobs I was helped manifest. My son was in the Marine Corps. My son now is in the Navy. And everybody's kept safe. And I'm just so grateful. But the way we keep this place happening is by giving. So even me, my tithing experience has been baby steps from the very beginning, being nervous about tithing and, you know, not even really knowing what it was. And then little by little, I was giving more and more, and I was giving more and more time. And now I'm an adjunct. I can't even believe it. I can't believe I'm on a stage doing this kind of thing. But the outreach of this center is amazing. From my little life, not little life, but my individual life, to the Samaritan Center, to the Harbor House. It's amazing what we do. But it all is from time and treasure. And so it's we can't do it each individually. We all have to throw in together. Like I like to say, the spiritual pizza. When you can't afford a pizza by yourself, everybody throws in and then you order the pizza, right? So Let's order a spiritual pizza. And if you've been giving at a certain level for a long time, it's maybe time to, up it a little bit, just a little bit. And then, every so often re-look at how much you're giving, reassess. And I have a vocabulary. Reassess your level of giving, and then please try and give a little bit more. And here are all the ways you could do it. And thank you. I am so grateful for every one of you. Thank you very much. And it was fun to talk. Thanks. Oh, that's right. Oh, yay. Okay, we get to say this lovely affirmation. Say it with me. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL, Simi Valley now. Divine love is victorious.
We are so blessed. I know that right here and right now there is only God. And we're blessed with His prosperity. And it multiplies right here and right now. We know that our doors are open and that our coiffures are open. And everything flows in easily and effortlessly. This one essence in the universe that we are a part of moves in and through each and every one of us, in and through this world. And we know that our prosperity grows because awareness grows. I release these words with such gratitude into the law of mind, knowing that it's the truth. So together we say, and so it is.
All right, we've got Patricia for one more song.
We're all living with a terminal condition called life. No matter how I try to fight it, can't deny it, no one gets out of here alive. Every golden sunset fades to black. Never know if it'll be the last, but I know I've only got one chance to live this precious life. Every day is a gift. Every day is a lesson how to live. Every day is a chance. To sit it out or join It's amazing how good an apple tastes. The sweet summer air after pouring rain, the sun shining on my face. I love the sound of bells and children laughing, the dizzy rush I get from dancing, my crazy friends, my family. I love this precious life. Every day is a gift. Every day. Every day is a lesson how to live. Every day is a chance. Every day. To sit it out or join the dance. Every day is a choice to lift your voice, to love, forgive, to live. Every day is a gift. Whatever time I've left here on this earth, I'll savor every minute's worth. And when I'm gone, I hope that you'll remember. Every day is a gift. Every day is a lesson. Every day is a chance to live. Every day is a gift. Every day. Every day is a lesson how to live. Every day is a chance. Every day. To sit it out or join the dance. Every day is a choice to lift your voice, to love, forgive, to live. Every day is precious. Every day is precious. Every day is precious. Every day.
Yes, indeed.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much.
You bring us such great music. Oh, my goodness. Like, what do you do? In the middle of the night, you just wake up and you pick up your phone and another song comes out. You just write so many good songs. It's beautiful. Award-winning songwriter.
And in television shows.
Television
and-
shows.
Yeah.
And you brought gifts, not just music, but also you do jewelry.
It's got T-shirts.
Gratitude necklaces and olive piece bracelets.
Stocking stuffers. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for all that you've done to make the service happen. To our Soul Purpose Band, Steve, Randy, John,
Right on.
led by Cherie Deeds, the L's, doing it. Even giving some background music to my opening today. Thank you. Appreciate that. And then we've got our lovely service teams, D's on the slides, Kathy triple dipping here today, coming up with their announcement. That was great. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. It was also Costa, and then Ron was our concierge today, and then somebody else. There was one other. Sanford! See, you sat back down on me. He was standing over there doing the ushering this morning. I had to twist his arm. He was on the, how many years were you on the service team? It was like a Supreme Court appointment. And we were able to bring him back for another short round. If you'd like to be on a service team, it doesn't have to be 18 years, but you can talk to Sanford. He can tell you how much fun it is, and also anybody else. If you're new to the center or would like to know more about the center or just want to have to talk to somebody after service, Karen's available for you, and she's also got the visitor packet. She'll do that. Thanks so much for Terry and Greg up in the booth, and all of you on Facebook, YouTube, and the cslcme.org. Reverend Maggie will be doing prayer after service, and she's already under the exit sign, ready for your prayer time. All right. I know, I haven't forgot. I know. I'm getting all this other stuff out of the way because I want to acknowledge our Harbor House people. Oh, look, Cheryl showed up. Hey, Cheryl, do you want to come up and introduce Darlene? Yeah, okay. So we have 3 chairpersons, Reverend Johanna, Cheryl Robinson Collins, and Darlene Bellis. And you just flew in and then came right to service?
We did. We woke up at 3:15 this morning in the snow in New Jersey, and we landed and came straight here. So
Wow.
sorry we're late. I apologize.
Wow, thank you. That's dedication.
Yeah.
And Darlene's working today. I think she's at
Yeah.
Fox doing football,
Yeah.
but she's available.
Yes. And here, let's give her a Darlene Bellis cutie pie,
Mm-hmm.
if it'll work.
Good morning, my beautiful, caring, creative community committed to consciousness. How are you? This is Darlene. I miss seeing you all in person, and I'm here to talk to you about our fundraiser. I'm so excited that this holiday season we decided to adopt families through Harbor House. Harbor House has 400 families in need, and we decided that we wanted to participate in helping the families in the Conejo Valley, the most vulnerable, that really could use a $50 gift card for groceries, $25 gift card for Target for the children for essentials. And we called to action last week, hoping to adopt 25 families. And you guys, oh my gosh, you rose to the occasion. I have chills all over my body. We adopted 36 families the first day. And so now we're up-leveling our goal to 45 families. We know we can do it. We know we can do it. Every $5 counts, every $20 counts. And this Harbor House is amazing. I encourage you to look them up. Really a beautiful service. And we as a community are showing up in Ventura County, making a huge positive difference. And I'm asking those of you that have already donated, please, would you be willing to reach out to a family member or a friend or maybe a neighbor that are looking for this opportunity to help the families in need in Conejo Valley? And I did that, and I was so pleasantly surprised how many donations I received. Everybody thanked me for the opportunity. So, and those that have not donated, would you be willing to consider a $5 donation, $20 donation, if you can? We're also so excited to be supporting our own family, our own members, those that could use a little financial help this season. We're adopting 5 this season, and we have a Secret Santa who's doubling that amount. Oh my gosh, I love our community. I love how we show up for each other and for the world, and the ripple effects that our consciousness and our love and our money reaches out to. And so please, see Kathy Burt or Linda Moore to pay for by credit card or check or cash, and you can pay by PayPal by going on the website. Stephen has more information for you. I'm so excited to
Yes, you
be
did.
telling you all about it. So let's do it, everybody. 45 families, November 30th. We have to do this by Tuesday. We can do it. You rock. Yes.
Yeah, you do. I'm glad you're here, because we just said Stephen had more information. I was going, I don't know what else to say, but now you're here, so now it's on you.
You know, I think she kind of nailed it. She got it all. But I think that the exciting thing is it's such a great organization. And did you already explain what everything means? So they know? They
Yeah.
know
So
what
these are
everything-
all. These are all of the ornaments that give
We
you the
had to
numbers.
get extras. We
Yeah.
had to get all kinds of extras because we had so many amazingly generous, kind, open-hearted people, and we cannot thank you enough. And so Tuesday's the deadline, so we're, really hoping we can, make those circles even wider, and
Beautiful.
bring it home, so.
Well, thanks for your leadership, you and Johanna and Darlene. You've done a wonderful job. You've done a wonderful job. And as a result, we thought we would just celebrate that with just to give our gratitude, because we're grateful.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything is a gift. You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learned every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything will feel gorgeous. Sitting prickly, what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I get back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. That exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
You are our gifts. Thank you so much. Nice to have little Daniel Namod in the house too, and Nemo. That was really lovely. So, just wanted to tell you how much we're grateful for what we get to do. Cosmic Kids. They're all on vacation. All righty. Well, then bring some kids next year or next month for Dr. Susan to play with, okay? All right, let's all stand and do our closing benediction, and then we'll sing. And then go back home and make sandwiches. All right. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart's open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, see you Wednesday and next week.
I don't remember what day it was. Every day's a new day in love with you. With each day comes a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. I love you more today than yesterday, not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day means springtime's just a day away. Cupid, we don't need you now, be on your way. I thank the Lord for love like ours that grows ever stronger, that I always will be true. You know you feel the same way too. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, only not as much as tomorrow. Every day's a new day. Every time I love ya, every day's a new way. Every time I love ya, oh, oh, every day's a new day. Oh, how I love ya. Every day's a new day. Oh, how I love ya. I love you.
I was out in the beginning. Too fast for you?